Have you ever wondered what would happen if Pokemon added even more types? Introducing Pokemon Too Many Types, a ROM hack created by Alpharad's team of Cabasco, Marine Pez, and Cannons that adds about 50 more unique types, including Gun, Sus, Boomer, and of course, Crab. It's also worth mentioning that this game adds a ton of new moves, some for every new type. I set out to hardcore Nuzlocke this crazy game, and I started off by attempting to do it blind. I even had an entirely blank type chart, and I was filling it out as I went through the game. The game starts off and our starter options are the Grass Bean type Chikorita, Fire Magic type Fennekin, and the Water Silly type Poplio. Pretty much every single Pokemon available in this game gets at minimum one new typing, and the starters are no exception. I choose Poplio as it's my favorite, and I'm a silly little guy, so I resonate with him a lot. After learning that Pokemon can have 3 whole types and picking up a bunch of encounters, I made my way to the Rustboro Gym. And this guy here tells me that Roxanne uses Rock and Ancient type Pokemon. He also tells me that Ancient types can't stand Monkey and Sharp type moves. Thankfully, Cut is changed to a Sharp type move in this game, and I taught it to most of my Pokemon. After setting up a coil, Furret makes quick work of Geodude and Laleep, while Badoo finishes off her ace Baltoy, earning my first gym badge. Oh, and the question we were all wondering has finally been answered.
It's time. Yeah! Sus! We get some real info here.
Foongus is in fact the Sus type. Upon sailing to Dewford, I pick up my very own Crab and a few more little cuties and get ready to take on Brawly, who specializes in fighting and stinky type Pokemon. Krabby learns this cool move called Crab Rave that's actually just a renamed Dragon Dance, and with it, he sweeps Brawly's vile, stinky creatures. Next, of course, is Watson, who I'm informed uses Prime type Pokemon. Prime, as in Twitch Prime. Did you know that if you have Amazon Prime, you have a free sub to my Twitch channel? Oh wait. Wrong platform, my bad. Anyway, Prime types are apparently weak to Silly, Stinky, and other Prime types. Also, I just wanted to say, I've only cleared 2 gym leaders, and this game is already so ridiculous. I've seen Pikachu type Pikachu, my boring type Raticate has been sending emails non-stop, and D's Nuts Gulpin type is a thing. My plan here was to just click Stab Angie type Thrash and let Gyarados cook, which worked pretty well for a while and KO'd the Porygon. It's a pretty weird feeling using a Gyarados and not immediately getting destroyed by any electric type attack that comes your way. Rotom uses Hype Train, which is basically Prime type rollout, but Furret takes it out before the Hype Train reaches level 3. Watson's ace Whimsicott comes in and sets up a growth, which is honestly terrifying. Furret lives on just a sliver of HP, and a Kricketune sack on my end lets Raticate safely come in to try and clean up. Unfortunately, the email I sent was resisted, and Raticate lives on 1 HP. I'm forced to sack this stupid rat and have Vigoroth clean up. All that's left is the appropriately named Pikachu type Pikachu. Vigoroth puts it to sleep, and Furret comes back in to try and take it out.
Die. No!
Yes! You idiot!
Quick, I gotta kill, dude.
Let's go! Why did it do that? I find a Stantler as my next encounter, which is the boring and ugly type. Imagine you download this game all excited to see what type your favorite Pokemon Stantler is, only to see it get disrespected like this. Wait, who am I kidding? Stantler isn't anybody's favorite Pokemon. Also, the funniest logic in this game is the fact that pretty much any Mon with 4 arms is Crab type. I don't know, it's just kind of hilarious to me that Graveler is a crab, like what the hell? Oh yeah, and I got my very own D's Nuts type Slugma that we appropriately named Sock. And as it turns out, Lickitung is a sus Republican. I caught a silly dancing friend Spinda on Route 113 that I actually learned sweeps Flannery because dance types can't get paralyzed, but Flannery doesn't know that, so she keeps spamming paralysis moves. Kinda hilarious if you ask me. A couple more encounters later, and after beating Maxie's D's Nuts, we find ourselves in Lava Ridge Town, where we finally have access to evolution stones. Dance-type Ludicolo is on the table now, but most importantly, we have our very own sussy right-winged Lickitung now. I also decided to evolve my Eevee into Vaporeon because I had to know what type it was. And honestly, I don't know what I was expecting, but it definitely wasn't furry. Lastly, our very gender trans rights friend Galar Ponyta hatches from the egg, and with that, it's time to fight Flannery. Flannery uses fire types and fluffy types, which are both very weak to water. Vaporeon starts by taking out her Furret with a water pulse, bringing in Ninetales. Here's where the power of Spinda comes into play, as she keeps spamming Warm Hug into me. I didn't know that Spinda could sweep the entire fight at this point. Remember, I'm playing blind, so I went Brionne to take out the incoming Flareon. I pivot into Stantler and land a Hypnosis on Arcanine, and finish off the doggo with Ludicolo. It's here where the run starts taking a turn. The silly fossil boy I got from Mirage Tower gets instantly obliterated in the first battle I sent him out into. Norman is next, and I choose to lead with Ludicolo since the guy at the start gave me practically no info. And then
The battlefield got groovy. Yo! Smothers the target with its whole body. Ooh woo. I guess I go Samba Strike. No, let's go Groove. Oh, he glomped me. Oh no! Why? way! Why did that kill me? Okay, Soul Rock. We're gonna go Star Strike. Just maybe not. Dude, what is happening?
My avatar
Okay.
SU prize pizza time.
Nice,
My
okay.
avatar SU prize pizza time. My avatar SU.
So water beats furry. This is ×4, I'm pretty sure. But it's gonna hit me with Fluffy. I think I'm gonna go crab. Now we Vice Grip. Oh no. Okay. That didn't do a ton. You gotta take this. Yes! Oh, shit. Okay, this is his ace. I have to go into you. This is looking bad. Oh my god. It might be over. He didn't tell me what type this was. No way, through Intimidate? Dude, what the f? And just like that, after losing to Norman and his team of furries 3 runs in a row. Yeah, everybody knows that furry beats Bean, man. I decided to try nuzlocking this game while using the type chart rather than completely going blind. This time, however, I was determined to make things different. Dude, why does that flinch? Dude, I'm gonna lose it. Dude, I'm getting flinch hacked in my favorite game. What the f, man? I got flinch hacked. I'm ending stream. But it wouldn't be a certified Squerk Nuzlocke without the worst RNG of all time, right? The only thing that could hold me back this time was Attract immobilizing me 5 times in a row and 2 crits. At least after 2 unfortunate casualties, we finally beat Norman after 3 failed attempts. With access to Surf, we get the chance at a ton of more encounters, including, thank you. What the f? Oh. Since this game has like 50 types, it's really hard to keep track of everything, and because of this, I might have switched my Ludicolo into an 8-time super effective move against a random trainer in Winona's gym, but it's fine, that doesn't matter. We don't need him, trust me, it's fine. It's fine. Winona's next, and with some careful planning, I devised a team that could deal with her dance and song types with ease. Floatzel takes out not only her Ludicolo lead, but the incoming Exploud as well. Chata easily falls to Girafarig, and finally Maractus comes in. The devs made Thunderbolt the OU type, which is super effective against grass. I don't know, it's kind of weird using Thunderbolt on a grass type and having it be super effective, but that's just how this game goes, I guess. You know, being able to look at the type chart makes a huge difference in a game like this, as it turns out. The level cap jumps to 42 after Winona, which gives me access to most of my box's final evolutions. Oh yeah, rest in peace Floatzel. Bro did not eat that boosted Retaliate in Aqua Hideout. On the bright side, I caught a Latios, which is the OU type, and I feel like that has to be good, like it's literally the OU type, how could it not be? You may think that Tate and Liza are the next gym leaders, but I too was thrown for a loop when I learned that Clay was in this game. Clay? The psychic type gym leader? Wrong. Clay uses, of course, Republican, Ohio, and gun type Pokemon. Some of my Pokemon may have gotten shot. Please don't attack. No. That's so loud. No. But we made it out of Ohio with only 2 deaths. Rest in peace, Sarina and Rapidash. After grinding for friendship, catching a bunch of encounters, and progressing in the story a little bit, we make our way to the doors of the 8th gym. Of course, Juan specializes in crab types, which is probably my favorite of all of the new types. Remember what I said about Pokemon with 4 arms being crab type? Well, yeah, Machamp is a crab, obviously. This gym was super easy. Turns out my team was made to deal with crustaceans, and we escaped the crab rave and earn our 8th and final gym badge. All that's left from here is the Elite Four, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. As a seasoned Nuzlocker, it was difficult for even my massive brain to comprehend the sheer amount of types in this game, but I was determined to try. The team I went with was as follows. Crobat, the poison flying friend type. Bastiodon, the steel ancient boomer type. Latios, the OU type. Sableye, the gamer. Klinklang, the steel prime guys type. And finally, a gun. First was Sydney, who is simply a silly little guy, just like me. Crobat kind of just eats this guy up, taking out the first 3 Pokemon with no problem at all. Walrein comes in with only silly type moves, and Klinklang is completely immune. Turns out Guys is immune to silly? I don't know. Dracovish was the only real threat here, but it got easily 1v1 by Klinklang. It should only get harder from here though, right? Next was Phoebe, who is actually a true gamer. Kingdra knocks out her Sableye lead, since obviously gamers are weak to water. Latios takes care of her Porygon, and in comes Beware, whose moveset is... The Bite of 87! Oh, please don't click 5 Nights. I switch into Kingdra, hoping I can take down the bear, but then... Dude, please don't. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. We're on a timer now, and I really don't want to know what happens in 5 nights. Dusknoir hits the back-to-back protects and traps me with Infestation, but at this point, it's too late. A Dragon Pulse finally takes out the Ghost, and the last gamer is in. Anyway, after Grimmsnarl got shot, it's time to move on to Glacia, right? Actually, it's Larry, and wouldn't you know it, he uses boring type Pokemon. Immediately, we run into a little problem. There's a little bit of a problem here. Okay, so Crobat ×4 resists it, so we're fine. Just do it now, don't set up rocks. Guess we're dealing with rocks. Wait, that's actually so annoying. No! Golem actually ends up switching out into Raticate, who dies, of course. Klinklang takes care of the boring bird with a prime sub, and Golem comes back in. Thankfully, Crobat ×4 resists bad and can easily tank Golem's explosion. Larry sends in his Dunsparce that has the best moveset I've seen up to this point. Wait. The animation for this move is actually just 10 seconds of nothing, which is actually really annoying, since having to wait 10 seconds every time this thing attacks is the most infuriating thing ever. Seriously though, they went above and beyond with some of these move animations, like what is this? For some reason, when the AI uses a full restore, the game bugs out and they're immune to Toxic afterwards. I end up getting really bored and switch to Klinklang, which brings in Larry's ace, Slacking. The plan here was to go Crobat and stall with Fly, but Slacking uses We Don't Wipe, which is basically no retreat, but instead of fortifying and fighting, he doesn't wipe his ass. This was terrifying, since Slacking was +2 in every single stat at this point, but this idiot just kept using the move. I don't know, I'll take it, I guess. The next Elite Four member is the Imposter, and he of course uses Sus type Pokemon. Pretty much all of these guys have the move Vent, which is basically just Dig. This just means that I can protect every single time they use the move, and for some reason they pretty much always go for it. This made the fight really boring, but seeing them vent over and over was really funny, I can't lie. I did get tricked by Zoroark though, which was almost really bad. All that's left is the champion, whose team is honestly kind of insane. His ace, Silvally, is the Emerald plus type, which basically means it's super effective against everything. On top of that, the type, try saying that 3 times fast by the way, doubles any super effective moves, which makes this shit like 16 times effective against some of my team. This is actually the entire reason why I brought Bastiodon, since I wanted to Metal Burst him. Wallace leads with Wynot, who has the Baby and Uno Reverse type. Baby's weak to pretty much every type in the game, but Uno Reverse reverses the entire type chart, so it resists practically everything. Kingdra lands a Toxic, and eventually the child switches out into Shedinja, which instantly takes a Toxic and just kinda dies. In comes the Demon Silvally, which takes another Toxic after Kingdra holds on with a Focus Sash. I choose to sack Kingdra and bring in Bastiodon, but Wallace switches out into his Space Crab Deoxys. I foolishly switched into Latios, forgetting that I needed him for the Metagross later. Latios 1v1s it, which brings in Silvally again to knock out Latios. It's here where everything goes wrong. Bastiodon took so much damage from multi-attack that it activated Integer Overflow and caused him to take literally 1 damage, which means Metal Burst did no damage. Not to mention the exact same Toxic bug from the Larry fight happened, meaning this Silvally was going to be a problem. Silvally switches out into Metagross, which at this point walls my entire team since Latios is dead. After a Crab Rave disguised as a Dragon Dance and some Meteor Mash boosts, Metagross sweeps the entire rest of my team, and we sadly fall just short of the Too Many Types champion title. Rest in peace the squad. It was a glorious run. If you liked the video, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me create more videos just like this one. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I do really cool Nuzlocke challenges just like this one pretty much every single day. Thanks for watching, everybody.